Good evening. Today is Monday, February 14th, 2011. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Meek, and you're watching the Scuttlebutt Spotlight. Today is a special Valentine's Day edition of the Scuttlebutt, and we want to update you on some previous stories that we've discussed, and then we're going to talk about, of course, our favorite TV shows, and we're going to go from there.
All right, we got to get started with our famous homeless homeboy, Teddy Williams. Ted was on... What show was that? Was it the Today Show?
It was Good Morning America.
Good Morning America. And Ted was looking very spiffy. He had his little jacket on, his glasses, looking good. Ted was reporting that he did leave the facility that he was originally in, rehab facility. And he was just stating an update on how he thought everything was going. And he just said from the Dr. Phil show to going to rehab, everything just felt so rushed. Yeah. And he really didn't have a chance to think. But right now he's doing good. He's looking great. He is living in California. He is living in a facility that is very supervised. And there's other people in his field, the voiceover community. Yeah. They're all living there. And apparently they're all like in a rehab type situation, right? Okay, but yeah, he's doing really, really good. He did say that when he left the rehab that a lot of people who had made job offers to him, had pulled back, but he said a lot of them have come back on the basis that he complete his rehab and stay on the straight and narrow. So we're rooting for you, Ted. We love you. So that's what's going on with Teddy.
Alright, so next I want to give you the update about Carlina White, which was the baby who was kidnapped when she was 19 days old. And she was raised for 23 years by the woman who kidnapped her under a different name. But she recently found her parents. And this week, oh gosh, her mom and her dad appeared on morning television shows. And her dad was pretty much saying how he wished that she was close to him. And that they text, but he always says he needs to hear her voice on the third day, kind of thing. And that her his other kids, they want to see her and all that kind of stuff. But the oldest child that they have is adjusting well, and they communicate and things like that. And then her mother
was on another show at the same time,
right? And she was saying how Carlina was asking them for money, the money that they got from the settlement after she went missing. I think they said was.
Apparently, it was like $700,000 settlement,
a lot of money.
And they had put away $160,000 for her
if she was found before 18.
Yeah, and
or 21.
Because she wasn't found, they used the money
because they were in tight financial situation.
Did we ever find out how Carlina found out that there was money put away from her? I know somebody had asked her, the lady who was interviewing the mom had asked her how Carlina found out, but we don't know how she found out, but she was asking for the money.
Right.
And so at this point, Carlina's saying that she's not doing any interviews, she's not talking to anybody unless she get paid, basically. So I hated hearing that.
Yeah, it was just like a twist that we weren't expecting, because I'm like, you finally found your parents after you had the suspicion that Ann Petway was never your mother, and then just because you don't have money, you kind of disappear. But hopefully that's just not the end of it, and everything will work out. But, it was kind of fishy. The mom actually said she thinks that the people who raised her put her up to asking for the money, and that they're behind all of it. So
so she's back in Georgia, and they said that she's still going by the name that Ann Petway gave her, Nandra Nance. Yeah. And so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but we're definitely going to stay up on it to keep you posted.
Also, Ann Petway confessed to the authorities that she did kidnap Carlina. And they said that she's been held without bail, and the case is gonna go to trial, and that she could serve at the minimum 20 years and at the max life sentence. So yeah, we'll keep you posted when we find out what happens.
And I like how the dad said that she should serve 23 years. He said that since she took 23 years from them, that she should serve 23, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. That's horrible. And then the DSS situation too. She had admitted to DSS like about 6 years ago, that Nandra was not her daughter.
And they didn't look into it.
They dropped the ball. Yeah, they dropped the ball on it. They didn't even look into it. So this case really could have been solved 6 years ago. And this was in Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, we will.
Lastly, in the news, last Monday we got word that there was a baby found in South Carolina by the cleaning crew at the Bilo, at the circus. And somebody apparently had the baby and left the baby there. And maybe about 30-minute time gap, and we weren't sure who the mom was. There was no sign of anyone. Right. And the baby was still breathing. His head was above water, and the baby was going to live in a stable condition. And they were, actively searching for the mom. So then Tuesday, Miss Jessica Blackham moseyed her way on to the hospital for some medical care.
All right.
And there we have a mom.
All right.
And apparently she's stating that she don't remember having a baby. She remembered not feeling good, being at the circus, going to the bathroom, but not having a whole baby. Not a whole human coming out of you. Don't remember that.
All right.
Yes. So she's in jail. And she's awaiting trial, which is probably gonna take some time, but she's pretty much guilty. Yeah, and her mom was fighting for her and saying that she was never pregnant. They have proof that she wasn't pregnant. They have pictures,
and that she had pictures that she never appeared to be pregnant.
Yeah, and then she's married and obviously separated. And she said she knew her husband wasn't the father. She remembers some stuff now. She said her husband wasn't the father, but she didn't know who the father was. But then, like Wednesday, a guy came forward and said that he thinks he's the father because he dated her last summer. I don't know, girl. She's doing too much.
Right.
But I don't know what's gonna happen. I think the child is in the hands of social services right now. But that was horrible. And then the workers were Hispanic and they were talking to the babies in Spanish. And oh Jesus, had my little heart.
Right.
But I'm glad the baby is alive. That's sad.
Yeah. We'll keep you posted.
We'll definitely keep you posted on that.
Okay.
Moving on to the TV shows. Today's going to be a short show because a lot of our shows were on break last week. Yeah, I'm about to say what happened last week. That's right, the Super Bowl. And my boys didn't win, but yeah. We'll talk about that next football season.
Right.
Anywho, what happened last week on The Game?
The Game. Well, pretty much we found out that Derwin was lying to Melanie about going to court.
Derwin had me
Janae.
Hot. I was trying to sit there and figure out why is he going to court every day.
Right.
But I was like, okay, no, maybe, they're working some stuff out in court. I was a little fishy to me.
Right.
But homeboy was over there playing house.
Right.
Cooking and grilling and
jumping in the
pool and doing a robot.
Right.
Oh, I was hot with Derwin. Oh, I was hot with Derwin. Then Janae, she pulled a card, boy.
Right.
She pulled a card. I couldn't even say I blamed her, even though I don't like her.
I don't like Janae.
But we don't like Janae. Right. But I couldn't blame her, and I just felt so bad for Melanie.
But Melanie handled it
too much.
Very good.
She did good.
She is back to that old.
She did good.
Get it done.
Thank God she in charge. Lord have mercy. Right. Lord have mercy. Because that could have went to the left.
Right.
Yeah, because I was thinking of some stuff that wasn't Christian-like. So, yeah, Melanie did very, very good.
Yeah.
We didn't see much Malik. Did we see Malik?
At the very end, his mom brought him some wings.
That's right. Girl, I thought Malik was, like, in a crack house or something. He was shaking and carrying on. I was like, where is he at? And then I had to remember what happened.
Right.
He looked bad, child.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll keep you posted. And we still didn't see Kelly? I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, we can see Kelly or Jason this week. Yeah. So, we'll keep you posted on The Game. That 30 minutes goes so fast.
It does.
I'll be like, I want more.
Right.
Are any of y'all watching Let's Stay Together? I stopped watching like 2 weeks ago. Commercials be funny and I'd be like, okay, yeah, I might watch, and then the time coming I don't watch. But, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be back for a second season. Based on what I've seen so far, which is not much. What else we have last week? Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy was good. Oh yeah, you didn't see Grey's Anatomy. Yeah. I actually just watched it yesterday. Callie was fiending for coffee. We all know she's pregnant. She got Arizona and she got Sloan on her team. In the midst of that, Jackson sort of surprised me. Sloan put Jackson up to getting information from Lexi because of course he wants to get back with Lexi. And Sloan sort of did that. I mean, Jackson sort of did that on the slick slide. But then he went back and reported to Sloan that he didn't have any information. And so, I don't know. Then he asked Lexi out at the end. So I don't know what's going on in that. I can't wait to see, but I'm sure they'll hook up because Lexi, I think, is in a vulnerable place too. And you know how they are on Grey's Anatomy, honey. They'll hop in somebody's bed in a minute.
Right.
So that'll be coming. Oh, and Lexi and Meredith's dad came to the hospital. He had like a 20-something-year-old girlfriend, and so Lexi was having a fit about that.
Upset.
But at the end, it all worked out really good because Lexi accepted her and she knew that she was good, and they were both obviously recovering alcoholics, so they're helping each other. And so I guess as long as they don't relapse, they're on a good foot. So we'll see how that goes. But Grey's Anatomy is always good, and it's always good to have a new episode. And so love my Grey's Anatomy. That was pretty much it for the shows last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everything's on break, but we got new shows coming up. We got Real House of Miami coming up. Next month we got, I think, Orange County coming up, New York coming back, Army Wives coming back. That'll be a new show for Scuttlebutt. We love our Army Wives. It's a few new ones coming.
Yeah, we'll have lots of TV to discuss.
Lastly, on the first episode, I announced that we're going to do a throwback case from years ago, but we hadn't had time because we have so much going on. But I'm going to do the Amy Fisher case. Amy Fisher, for all you old school people, remember this was in the news in 1992. Amy Fisher was also known as the Long Island Lolita, and she was dating Joey Buttafuoco. She was 17 years at the time, 17 years old at the time. And long story short, she went to his wife's house and confronted her about sleeping with her husband, and she shot her. She shot her in the head. She got scared and shot her in the head for whatever reason. She did go to prison. She went to prison. She only served 7 years in prison because Mary Jo Buttafuoco actually wrote the warden and wrote the prisons and said that she wanted her release. She forgave her and she wanted her release. So she only served 7 years. They rearranged her plea bargain, and she was released immediately. But she was originally supposed to serve 5 to 10 years. In 2003, she got married. As of today, her and her husband have 3 children. But the little twist to it, I thought Amy was doing good, but apparently her husband sold their sex tape to a porn company. And that started her career as a stripper, and she sued them after all this happened, and that didn't go far because it started her career as a stripper, and she's now a porn star actress. So I'm assuming you can catch her on the adult channel. Maybe $10.99, $13.99 a movie, but she's up there naked, and there we go. She's 38 years old, I think. She's too old, but okay. She said she's going to be dancing and stripping and porning until her fans tell her that she's too old. But Amy, I'm telling you, you're too old and I'm not a fan. So that's that. Okay. But anyway, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Later this week, we're going to do the next episode of Scuttlebutt. And we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. That was yesterday. And Basketball Wives, that was yesterday. It was very drama filled, of course, as usual.
Can't wait to watch it.
So we're going to give you an update on those. Of course, our favorite shows and more news. So
that's about it. Today is Valentine's Day, so give some love and spread the love. And until later this week,
smooches
and deuces.